guys, welcome to another interesting segment on Home Truth Nigeria. So today I would like us to talk about the three right steps to marry a Nigerian man, especially as a Western lady. Now, there are a lot of you who are talking to one Nigerian man and you've got plans, to go to Nigeria and get married to that Nigerian man you've met. It's no news. This happens always. But the problem is more than half of the marriages, between Western women who travel to Nigeria to get married to this Nigerian man, more than half of these marriages don't last more than 5 years, if I can put it that way. And one of the major reasons to this is because some of these ladies, when they come to Nigeria to get married, they don't take the right or the proper steps getting married to the Nigerian man. And that is the reason why I want to talk about the three right steps to marry a Nigerian man. Basically, how to marry a Nigerian man the right way with less or no risks. Happening in the future. Now, there are three steps you need to know when getting married to a Nigerian man. The first one is to know your man family, and then the wedding planning. Now, these three steps are very important for any successful union you plan on having with a Nigerian man. Now, a lot of women actually go through these three stages, but you see, the difference is that most times these women go through these stages because their Nigerian man was the one who introduced the stages to them. These women did not know about these three stages until the Nigerian man has introduced these stages to them. Now, the problem is why these ladies take this step, in anticipation that they're making the right decision. Sometimes, when the Nigerian man, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes when they introduce you to these steps, a lot of times there are certain things they don't bring to your attention. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Now, the first thing we want to address in this video is the topic on know your man. This is the first step we need to take on the three right steps. So the question is, how well do you know your Nigerian man? If I put this question to a lot of you planning and hoping to get married to that Nigerian man you're dating, how well do you know that Nigerian man? As easy as this as it may sound, you'll be surprised to know that a lot of women actually end up or get married to Nigerian men they do not actually know. And I'm telling you, based on fact. Now, sometimes, given the distance, it's sort of difficult to know your Nigerian man fully. I totally understand. However, to understand your Nigerian man, you need to know these things. Who is he? Where is he from? And also, can he take care of me? You need to know these three questions. These are three questions you need to ask yourself, and you need to get answer for your man. Now, if you ask yourself these three questions and you don't have concrete answer for your Nigerian man, I would not advise you to go on with any marriage. These three questions, they have to be answered. If you don't get this answer to these three questions, don't move on to the next stage on trying to get married to the Nigerian man. It means you basically don't know who he is. So the question is, who is he? If I may ask you, who is the man you want to get married to? A lot of you only know his name and how well he treats you. But you see, there is more, or there are more to who this man is. There's more to his name and how well he treats you. Now, to understand who this man is, you need to have a kind of structure, a structure that tells you his past, the present, and the future. You need to know these three things, most especially his past. Now, a lot of you are stuck in the present and also one foot in the future. The future keeps you dreaming, but you're stuck in the present. And because of what is happening in the present, you're able to relate what might likely happen in the future. So you're dreaming about the future. And this is one of the reasons you love this guy, because they give you this, this sugar, and they keep you stuck in the present, and then they allow you to dream of the future, which is not a bad thing. I mean, credit to the guy, because they make you really feel good. When they make you feel so well in the present, I mean, you would dream of how sweeter the future will be, which is not bad. And this is one of the reasons why sometimes when you ask a lot of women, certain things about the past of the Nigerian man they are dating, a lot of them have no memory. A lot have forgotten the past. In fact, the past, some of you have been told, but if you notice, sometimes the Nigerian man tells you in bits. He tells you here and there to the point that you can't, put them in a puzzle to get meaning out of his past. It is not something that was done like, oh, it was just the way it is. No, he did it in a very strategic way. Sometimes when these men want to dissuade you from the past, they put the information in bits for you to pick it here and there and try to fix the puzzle. And they know you're so stuck in the present to think about the past. So this brings me to the question: have you ever wondered why a lot of information about the present and the future, you have them, but when it comes to the information about the past of the Nigerian man you're with, it seems like you have dementia or you're suffering from some early stage of brain degenerative disease? Have you ever thought about that? Like, you can understand what he is saying in the present, you can look into the future, but the past, it seems vague. You can't connect to it. Well, don't worry, it is strategic. If you find yourself in this situation, it is strategic. Now, the big question is, why should you be focused or interested in the past? Well, it's simple. Sometimes without the past, we don't or can't make what the future is saying. No matter how bad it is, we always have a past, and in most cases our past plays a very pivotal role on the decision or life choices we make in the future. And that is why you need to know the past, because we all have a past, especially the Nigerian man you plan on getting married to, or one from another part of the world you've never been to. So one of the reasons you need to know the past is perhaps he has engaged a lady, or he has a secret wife, or he has a family. These things are very important, not just because you're a Western lady. For an average Nigerian lady, she wants to make sure that she's not with a man who's engaged a lady, or has a secret wife, or has a family. This is why you need to know the past, because the past will guide you most times to the future. And trust me, a lot of you've been in a relationship with a Nigerian man, and then you discover the moment you break the relationship, within few weeks he's getting married to another lady, and you see it like, what sheer coincidence is this? No, it wasn't sheer coincidence. He had this planned all the while he was with you. And this is why you need to get information on the past, the information on who this person is. The past gives you this information. Now, some of you, to your credit, you've done a lot, try to dig to get information. And sometimes it can be very frustrating, because in Nigeria, we don't seem to have sufficient database for you to just go and sponge all of this information. I know this, especially when you are abroad. I know this. But this is the more reason why I say, first, start by going through his social media, Facebook, Instagram, and see if there is something he's hiding. It's a lot of work. Take your time, comb through it, do your digging, and in case you don't get any information, don't rely on information you get from friends and relatives. They will always speak to his favor. These are his wingmen. They would always speak to his favor. If information seems to be very, very hard for you to get, one thing you have to do is to travel. Book a flight and travel to Nigeria. I will say it again and I'll say it again. Listen, if you can't travel to Nigeria, don't marry a man who is in Nigeria. If you do so, it is 50-50. The chances of your marriage working is 50-50. It's like you are gambling. It's like you are playing lotto. It's a huge gamble you're taking. The chances of your marriage not working, if you don't want to go to Nigeria, you just want to maybe appear on the day of the wedding and come back, the chances of it failing is very, very, very high. And that is why I say to you, you have to find a way, to fly down to Nigeria to meet your Nigerian man, not just once, numerous occasion. If you can't do that, don't get married. It's as simple as that. We're talking about marriage. We're not talking about just boyfriend and girlfriend. We're talking about a lifelong commitment. You need to find time make out time and go to Nigeria. Going to Nigeria would give you the base, the foundation on understanding who this man is. The next thing you want to know is where is he from? 99% of the Western women I've spoken to or spoken with do not know where their Nigerian man is coming from. I mean 99%. And the other 1%, they have a clue. They can't even spell or pronounce where the Nigerian man is coming from. And if you ask me, this is a clear definition of failure. Go and ask the Nigerian man you with. Ask him where you are coming from. He will tell you where you are coming from. But a lot of you don't know where the Nigerian man you plan on getting married to is coming from. A lot of you come, oh, he's Igbo, he's Yoruba, he's Edo, he's Efik. Okay, good. Where? Where exactly he's coming from? You need to understand something. For us, Nigeria, the first thing we want to know before we go deeper into any relationship with you is to understand where you're coming from. We want to know where you're coming from before we try to figure out who you are. Knowing where you're coming from gives us a clear understanding of your culture and if it's something that is fine with us or not. There are Nigerian women who will say, I like you as a person, but I can't marry a man from this tribe. The reason is she doesn't want men with or from this tribe because of their culture. It's very important. So you need to know where the Nigerian man you with is coming from. This gives you a clear definition of who you want to spend your life with. So basically, you need to know his state of origin, his local government area, and his village. What is his state of origin? His He's Yoruba, yes. From which of the Yoruba states? Oh, he's from Oyo State. What part of Oyo State? What local government in Oyo State? It tells you the local government. What village in that local government is very important. It's not just oh, I'm my fiance is Femi and is Yoruba. Yoruba. So what? Do you know how many millions of people speak the Yoruba language? So being Yoruba is not enough. You need to know where it's coming from. Another important thing is that knowing where it's coming from also helps you in case you decide to launch an investigation on who that man is. It helps you to get information. There are women who actually know where their Nigerian man is from. They travel with their friend, go stay in a hotel, look for somebody who would help them go into the local government and village to find out if this person is married or has a family he has left in his village or within his local government, because sometimes a lot of them don't do this, civil marriage. They do traditional marriage, and it's difficult to trace traditional marriage. So some women who are smart, they come in with their friend, stay in a hotel, look for a local, pay the person goes in and get information for them. So it's very important to know where that person is coming from. And then the last thing you want to discuss is, can he take care of me? Now, this is very important when dealing with a Nigerian man you plan on getting married to. The topic of money should not be a forbidden topic. You have to talk about money. It is very important. You would have to sit down and talk about it. Listen, in case you're one of these women who feel like, no, I don't need his money, I'm sufficient, I can take care of my own, you still have to listen to me. In Nigeria, we have a culture. No woman in Nigeria marries a man who can't take care of her. An average Nigerian man knows he has a duty and responsibility to take care of his wife or his woman. So if you feel no man should take care of you because you were the director of Neo's Miss Independent, you have a big problem, because if your Nigerian man is not spending on you, trust me, he's going to spend on another woman. Another woman would eat of that money. You feel like, you don't need it. Now, listen, you both need to find a common ground to talk about money. You need to see first, ask this question: can you take care of me? Can you take care of a family? Because if you plan on being together with this man, there's a possibility of having a family. Can he take care of the family? And the only way you can understand this is to ask what plans he has, and not just asking. You also have to go with observation with what you can see. Does he have what it takes to achieve certain things? And you need to be very sure, is this guy educated? Has he got a degree? Is he skilled? Is he semi-skilled? You need to see if these things are within reach. And most times it's risky to bring a man who is not skilled or semi-skilled into your country. And then maybe he comes in and then you're forcing him to learn something. Sometimes you either lose him in the process of him learning something. He starts learning and then he starts interacting and integrating with younger women more good looking than you. And in that process, a lot of you've lost the man you've brought in. So you have to make sure that he is coming into your country already with something, and anything he gets to do in your country is an addendum, it's an addition to what he has. So don't go and fall in love with a guy who is in his 30s and is pursuing music. He's fighting to be a musician, and you're in love with him because of the way he looks and his dreads, and you want to go to Nigeria to marry him. He's not skilled, he's not semi-skilled. He's telling you he's a musician. And some of these guys, they believe when they come into your country, they would excel in their career. And then when you hear them sing, it's like you just brought three children in kindergarten who just woke up to sing ABCD. It will not work. So leave all these guys in their 30s who are still dreaming to be top musicians. It won't work. Look for a guy who has a skill or semi-skill and work with that for the start. So guys, I will stop here for now. In the next video, I will talk on the family, right steps you should take as it involves the family. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe. On Root Nigeria, peace out.